Hello and welcome to another vlog. I'm sorry that they've been a bit sporadic lately, but I've been working quite hard on my next book, so I'm very focused on that at the moment. And I tend to not like starting projects and then leaving them. I'd rather just focus on them and get them done. I thought it would be nice today, while I am doing sketches and also keeping an eye on my dad, to show you what is going on with my sketch pad. This is a very rough sketch pad. It's very thin paper, but it's all I really need for sketching. If I want to do anything a bit more finished, I'll use nicer, thicker paper, particularly like watercolour paper, but for now I've got plenty of thick paper. And also I've got a new phone holder, so that really helps things. So how is everybody today? Let's make a start. So you can see how my drawings kind of evolved. So I started this way back in autumn. I've just started to get some time, a little bit pockets of time, and I decided that I was gonna just focus. We really want a dog at the moment. My partner particularly wants a King Charles Cavalier, so I thought I would just do some little sketches. And you can see in the middle here, my daughter decided to get in on the act and do a little drawing herself. This is way out of my comfort zone. I'm literally just drawing people, and it is so hard. So I'm just looking at the facial expressions, characters, etc. Absolutely obsessed with toadstools. Don't ask me why, I just really like them. And here I decided that I was going to do like a pattern print. This is something I might actually work up a bit more later. I've obviously used pencil here, and generally for sketching I use pencil, but I can use gouache paint. I've started using watercolour, which honestly again never really been that comfortable with, but getting to like it a bit more. That's kind of what I started with when I started illustration 20 years ago, just traditional sort of ink and paint. And then as my digital skills evolved, I moved over to Adobe Illustrator, but found recently that it's expensive to subscribe to, and also I don't want to get into a year's subscription. So I've been looking at other software. Not Adobe, but Affinity seems quite good. I'm exploring that option. So I suppose it's good in a way, because it's encouraged me to go back to more traditional artworking techniques. Here I just decided that I was just going to do a sheet of cats. These are actually meant to be black cats. Again, it's just a sketch, something I'll probably go back to later if I fancy it. This one, Pumpkin Festival, I haven't finished. I was going to do some kind of person or some children with some pumpkins. Again, just a work in progress. Sometimes I add colour for fun, sometimes I don't. It depends how finished I want to really make it. And the other thing I was trying to do as well is drawing trees. I am not confident with trees, but actually, you know what? The more I do them, the better I get. And one day, it was a very autumnal dark day, and I just was dreaming of autumnal walks with the doggy, roast dinner in the pub in front of an open fire, which would be absolute bliss for me. I also drew another dog, and I think this is a Blenheim. There's different names for different King Charles Cavaliers. Absolutely cute as anything, really lovely. I'm also really keen on manifesting as well, so I like to kind of sometimes draw things that I like to manifest. And this is a little sheet that I'm working on in a graveyard, a ghostly graveyard. This is kind of the next book. Again, not that confident with my figures at the moment, but I'm just determined to just keep going, because I just think the more you draw, the better you get, and that does require a fair amount of motivation sometimes. So this one I just dabbled with the watercolour. I was sort of tentatively using it, and I've actually put too light peachy, but looking at it again, it kind of looks all right. Actually, it looks darker when it's dried. So here's another dog. There is, funnily enough, going to be a dog in the book. And again, just looking at feet, facial expressions, and this is the little old lady that's in my book, and this is the gravedigger. Again, very different. I think I'm finding this quite a challenge, trying to keep faces quite consistent. And then this is a story that I've written here. I put more scale practice. I don't know whether I'm going to use myself for that, but I'm a good candidate, I suppose, for scales. And again, more drawings, policemen, boots, and this is just a random thing. I was feeling rather festive, so I thought I'm just going to draw a sugar plum fairy like you do. And I've got to admit, I'm a bit disappointed in this one, because this was one that I sketched and I thought, well, I'll work on it a bit more, but it just doesn't feel right. Although I like the drawing, the actual colouring and everything. Maybe if I change the paper, better paper. Sometimes I find also that if I sketch, I don't sketch and then I work it up, it's not always as good as the original sketch, which is really frustrating. I used to scan sketches in and colour them up in Photoshop, but again, I can't afford to do that, so I'm going back to my traditional techniques. And just for a little laugh, sugar bum fairy. I was just messing about. Doesn't quite work, but hey, it's worth a go. I think it's better to have something on paper than nothing at all. Oh yeah, the voice of self-doubt. Regularly have that. That's a real problem for me. And I put the tooth fairy as well. Must be broke from all the lost teeth. If only I was that rich, actually. Yeah, if only I was. And again, getting a bit Christmassy. Really like pattern. I think it would have been something I would have considered going to, surface design, surface pattern. And just practicing some little reindeers here. Oh, and then I decided that I was going to start doing, I need to change it this way. I decided to start doing sketches every day to really flex those muscles, because it's the same with singing as well, and I'm guilty of it. I don't sing as much as I used to, therefore my muscles and my singing voice isn't getting exercised, and it's the same with drawing. So I've decided rather foolishly, and it is the 1st of March today, and you will be watching this vlog on the 1st of March, to do a drawing a day. And I've started in this sketch pad, but I'm actually thinking of moving to just a small sketch pad and doing literally a drawing per page. So done Happy New Year. And a lot of my friends as well are going through quite a lot at the moment, and I thought of the Hoover of Healing, and so sometimes I get the idea but the execution isn't that great, and I feel that this kind of could be better, but for the idea I just needed to get it down. And I really wish that I could invent something like this, so you literally have a Hoover of Healing. Robin, regular visitor to my garden as we speak. There's a thrush and a robin eyeing up the food box outside. They're trying to get a bit more brave. And yeah, just kind of dating every drawing, so I know what I'm doing, what I've done on that day. And I think also it'd be nice to look back on and say, okay, like next year, have a look and see and go, oh yeah, on that day I drew a self-portrait. I can see here the lips are way too full, so yeah, again, it could be better, these ones. And just getting to grips with people. And then a teeny tiny snow shower. Really excited that we were going to get some snow. Didn't happen. It did, but it was very brief. And hibernation. Honestly, in winter, if I could hibernate, I would quite happily. And I've actually put, if anybody needs me, I'm hibernating. Really don't like my handwriting, by the way. I wish it was better, but it is just me. It's my handwriting, and this is a little hedgy hog. I know they're on decline. I wish that we had more. I really do. I'd love to see one in the garden. And more sketches, and just doing like winter trees at the moment, you know, just really coming out of my comfort zone, which is usually just animals and simplistic shapes and bright colours. So I'm probably most likely doing the opposite of what I'm used to, and just a bit morbid, I know, but it's from my book. It's just some headstones, some gravestones, which I've got to admit I'm struggling with a bit at the moment because they need some kind of texture, and when you're used to working in flat colour, it's quite tricky. And this was a day where I was just, and I get them quite a few times, the black dog of despair, very cute looking, but likes to come and visit me occasionally, which is hard. And then I started looking at my typography and thought, again, this is something I could develop a bit more. So I've just done a sketch there, and I'm still doing like a sketch a day. In fact, I'm so proud of myself because I managed 2 months with a sketch a day and just playing with kind of logo typography. Blue Monday, horrible, most depressing Monday of the year, and a blue tit, and it's also a cool song. Master Manifesta, again trying to sort of attract what I want in life, so trying to put that in an illustration. Daffodils, again, daffodils, I don't know what it is with daffodils. I tried a new ink pen and this doesn't work for me, so I might actually revisit some of these. No sleep club because my youngest was getting up every night and we were so tired. Just turn this around. So again, some headstones, Winnie the Pooh Day, and what was it that I realised was wrong with this one? Honey, yeah, it might be spelled, I think it's spelled Hunny. So if anybody can clarify that, that would be great for Pooh, Winnie the Pooh. Oh yeah, one snowflake, wow. Red eyes from lack of sleep. Sorry, Claire is closed today, no sleep. So it kind of acts like I suppose like a visual diary, I suppose. It's quite therapeutic sometimes, especially when you are struggling. Inspired by the local donkey sanctuary. Really cute. I drew the donkey. We had a couple of storms. When was this? This is January. This is Storm Jocelyn. Windswept seagull. I love the windswept seagull. All the birds, poor birds, clinging on for dear life. And there's Storm Aisha, and that was my window. Sorry, everything's moving about. I'm trying to get this steady. Storm Aisha and my window had decided to break, and that was a bit of a panic, and it was like, well, we can't get anyone out till next month. And I was just thinking, oh my god. So I literally just got some sellotape and prayed. And you know, carrying on the seagulls theme, really love these little seagulls that I was just doodling. And then we've had what I thought were voles upstairs. It's not voles, that's all I can say about that, but it's not voles. Again, my youngest waking up every night. I thought I'd make that into some kind of parody and just kind of be like, night terrors coming to a kid near you. Not finished, like, you know, like an old style horror movie poster type thing, because it literally felt like a horror movie every night. Practicing trees and doing owls. I love drawing animals as well. I find them so much easier than people. Burns night as well. Also the full wolf moon. Love drawing this actually. The roofer came to fix the roof, so I thought about the roof is fixed, and then I thought about a weather vane. My cousin on Facebook has just got one, so I drew something similar. And Australia Day, again, you know what, I just could not get this kangaroo right. I just couldn't do it, so I was like, I'll just leave it for the moment. So that's very, very rough one. Australia Day, and day is obviously upside down, so it's reflective in the typography. So sorry about all the wiggling and wobbling, but it's the best I'm going to do with this at the moment. So this is drawing a toad. Love that. I had one in the garden. Went to the mainland and the 4:30 was cancelled. That was a nightmare. Practicing sort of gravestone, headstone typography. Did a sort of transfer. Thought maybe sort of decayed type, but not quite working. Lots of sheep out today as well. 29th of the 1st. So I had to go out drawing obviously a sheep. And then at the bottom I've got National Hot Chocolate Day. And we're still going. In fact, I think I've got some pages. Oh, have I got some pages missing? I might have some pages missing because this is, as I said, very, very rough. So again, I got a new palette of watercolour, which I was just trying out, again, out of my comfort zone, like I said. Pleasantly surprised, to be honest. Very, very grey day, hence reflective in the colours. And then we've got in bulk, and then we've got bat. Again, not confident drawing bats, but I actually like this little fellow. An apron that I just put together with 2 tea towels, which I really like. Again, I just kind of started it, but that's okay. This is just work in progress. And lots of pheasants about. Love this pheasant. And this was again with the watercolours, and then my traditional kind of black ink outline. But sometimes my work looks like it doesn't actually need much to it. Chinese New Year, love, love, love. I went to see Migration. I don't know if anybody's seen it at the cinema. It was actually pleasantly quite good. And some mountains, having a go at sketching those. Playing around with typography. And there's a woodpecker. I heard him the other week. That was lovely. Messed up a bit there, but a work in progress. Tulips, again, not something I'm keen on doing, but I gave it a go. And stock, and playing with sort of hand painted type, which is something I love to do at university and something I want to continue to develop. And then you've got the lovebirds here, so cute. This would probably make a really nice Valentine's card, actually. He knows what he's getting next year. I'm working on some birthday cards as well. 19th, that is my birthday. And working on more flowers and crocuses. All these are things that I'm not really that comfortable with, and the watercolour, but I'm actually quite pleased with the way they've turned out. And then we had a power cut, so that was fun. I thought that meant a bit 80s. And then these are our little friends up in the loft, so I put army boots on them. And this is a little teaser for my book, but it's not finished. And then I did a French fancy with a calligraphy pen. Yeah, I've just got a calligraphy pen. And just playing around with type again. It's a little bit wobbly. It probably could do with a little bit tidying up. Again, just rough, so I'm not going to be too hard on myself. I had to go at some winter trees because I realised I was sort of drawing trees the same, and of course there's different ones. I was going to say different breeds of trees then, but that's not obviously right. So I had to go at doing this, and then I thought, oh, I'll do a quick watercolour one, but I'm not overly keen on that. And then we've got the full snow moon, so I love this. And we've got obviously the full moon, tree, the snow, which is just doesn't happen down south anymore in the UK, and my little fox. Hello. And then more people sketches, which, yeah, more people sketches, and yeah, just general sort of sketches. And yeah, National Tooth Fairy Day, so I thought I'd document that. My little fairy theme here. More sketches. That's probably oh no, that's my latest sketch. And yesterday, of course, was a leap year. Again, I have to finish this little frog. Yeah, I think he needs to be defined a little bit more, and I think maybe a background of blue might be quite nice to make the colours pop a bit. Blue and blue go quite well together. And then I've got an extra page here, which is towards the end of February, because I've now done 2 months of illustrations, 2 months of sketches. Crazy. Yet more rain. It has not stopped raining, so I've made that kind of reflected that in my drawings, and you can see there's a snail there. Drawn another bat, played around with another fox, and then the White Mouse, the local pub. I can say that no mice were actually seen in the pub. Putting a little banner in, just adding some additional graphic elements. And Polar Bear Day, so cute, and just playing around again, National Polar Bear. So again, you know, it's all just work in progress, but this is just a snapshot of what I have created over the past sort of 20 years. This is my most recent work. So if you'd like to subscribe, you like what you see and you want to keep an update with my work, please follow me on YouTube and on my social media channels. Hope you're all right and keeping dry in this relatively wet weather, and I will see you again soon.